Starting one more time. My name is Bianca Gutton, and this is my speech about the alternative rock and sound instruments that shape the genre. When people think of alternative rock, they tend to think of the sound that sounds different than when you hear it on the radio. It might be emotive, raw, loud, or even experimental. But what actually produces that unique sound doesn't really lie in the style or lyrics. When you truly start to pay attention to alternative rock, you'll see that it's not simply loud guitars and passionate lyrics, but the way everything is created layer by layer to create a comprehensive sonic experience. It's the tools and how you utilize them together. Today I will show you what the sound of alternative rock is. First the electric guitars, then bass and drums, and ultimately vocals and effects. Each segment adds a different flavor to the genre and overall character. The first and most notable layer is the sound that always starts with the guitar, which helps set the tone for everything else that follows. The electric guitar is one of the most important instruments in alternative rock. They are frequently the lifeblood and character of the genre. Alternative rock guitarists tend to favor distortion, feedback, and range of effects over the clean, basic tones of their mainstream counterparts. This creates a new, aggressive, raw, and sometimes messy sound that helps define the genre. This is also why no two alternative rock sounds really sound the same, even if they use similar instruments. The way the guitar is shaped completely changes the mood of the music. Alternative rock guitarists are more likely to experiment with alternative playing approaches. They might play in unusual tunings, employ multi-track guitar sounds, or repeat riffs to build atmosphere rather than use simple chords or rhythms. That's why songs sound different. If you remove the guitar entirely, most alternative rock sounds would lose their identity right away because so much of the emotion is carried through its sound. The guitar is frequently more than a background. It is the engine of music providing the emotional tone and intensity of the piece. While guitars often most get the attention, they are really the only part of the full sound. They rely heavily on the rhythm section to keep everything grounded. We have bass and drums, which is the rhythm section of alternative rock. Guitars may garner the most attention, but the bass and the drums are the backbone of every band. The bass guitar makes music deep and heavy. It integrates rhythm and melody. It adds lower sounds that make the music feel complete and strong. In many alternative rock songs, the bass is not just following the guitar, it's contributing its own groove and movement. Even though the bass is not always easy to hear for casual listeners, it plays a huge role in making the music feel powerful and complete. The drums, nonetheless, dictate the energy of the song, but a loud drum beat can make a song sound rapid or intense or even emotional depending on how it's played. Alternative rock drummers often use dynamics that use of soft or loud proportions to suit the mood of the song. The bass and drums are the backbone of the music together. Without them, the guitars and vocals wouldn't have the same effect or structure. Once the rhythm and foundation are in place, the final layer comes from the vocals and effects, which brings the emotional side of the music to life. Vocals and effects are the emotional and expressive alternative rock sound. The vocals in alternative rock are frequently raw and emotive compared to other genres that may have more polished voices. Vocalists may sing gently one moment and then be louder and intense the next. This is useful for conveying emotions like irritation, grief, or passion. Effects also have a huge part to play in shaping the sound. Reverb, delay, and echo are often utilized on guitars, but also on vocals. These effects can make music sound broader, deeper, or more ambient. The vocals can sometimes be distant or doubled, adding an emotional depth to the song. The vocal approach and the effects work together to produce the mood that is a characteristic of alternative rock. At the end of the day, alternative rock isn't about